Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NFL Edition. I'm your host. What the fuck, Seb?
Sorry, my notification.
I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co-host Sebastian Pluvios. We are talking NFL. We had the first game of the NFL season last night. Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. Interesting game from start to finish. I hate these damn thunderstorm delays. I forgot what game it was last year to where that happened, and it took like almost close to 2 hours for the game to start back up. I get the safety of the fans, so I won't say for them to not take those, precautions. But game went on a lot longer than it was supposed to, and I do feel it messed up with the second half of the game when it came to momentum. Right? If we just look at the first half of the game, it was seeming like it was going to be a high scoring game. Both teams' offense was flowing. Right to your credit, Seb, the defense on either side really wasn't that good. The Eagles was able to score kind of whenever they wanted to. Right. I guess you did see the effect, right, other than Michael Parsons when Jalen Hurts was able just to really just throw the ball to whatever receiver he wanted to. He was able to get out the pocket and get a lot of big runs. He had two touchdowns in the game. So the Eagles were really, for the most part, able to have their way with the Cowboys. But the Cowboys was right in the game, right? It ended up being a 24-20 game. It really came down to the fourth quarter, right? They say that it's a game. Hold on, time out. What's that sound?
What?
I feel like I hear something in the background. Yeah, it was definitely you, Sib. I was just saying it came down to the fourth quarter, right? I feel like a lot of people I seen on social media. Shout out to Fave here. I feel like there was a lot of people on social media blaming CD Lamb. Oh, they had the game right there. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't think it really came down to him. I just feel in the fourth quarter there just wasn't enough time left, and I knew that once it was down to that under 4 minutes and the Cowboys had the ball, that was their chance to try to win that game right there. I felt if they did not score on that drive, the Eagles was just gonna run out the clock and just do what they do. Like I said, I think the delay because of the thunderstorms definitely affected the second half when it came to scoring momentum. It didn't really seem like either team really had anything. Right? It could have been over right there. I thought that was going to be a costly turnover. The Eagles didn't even end up scoring. So, interesting first game. I'll say that Cowboys aren't as bad as I thought they would be, but they're not that good. Like their running game, I feel something they didn't have last season. They was able to do in this game one. Shout out to I'm forgetting the name. What was it? Javon Williams. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? He had two touchdowns in that first half. Um, but really, besides that, the Cowboys' offense is okay. Pickens is a cool little pickup to have. He made some good plays throughout the game, but it's only game one. But the Eagles overall just was the better team. The Cowboys still have some things to work on. It was a good first game of the season.
You wanna go, Faye?
Yeah, man. Recap from season opener. I took away a lot of key points. You know what I mean from what I watched. Um, Offensively, I think give Dallas a couple of more weeks to get integrated with each other. I think they have like a lot of solid pieces. That running back definitely surprised a lot of people because if we remember last year and like maybe the year prior, like when Tony Pollard left, Dallas didn't have a run game at all. So I think he added a key boost in that element into where they were running the ball effectively, and they were mixing it up with the passing game too. I think Dak had a great game in my opinion. Um, I don't feel like as if George Pickens really stepped up as that wide receiver two option. Some people view him as 1B in that type of situation where you got a guy like CeeDee Lamb who draws so much attention to where George Pickens should be, picking up yards as well. Like it should be like a 1-2 punch. So I feel like they probably have to work on that. CD did drop a couple of balls though, so that did play, a factor into the late drive. But I felt like they lost that game before the break happened. I don't know if you remember, but um, they had gotten defensive interference when Dak threw it down the middle to Jake Ferguson, and then they had they were in reach. They gave the ball, they gave a handout to Miles Sanders, and he fumbled at like the 8 yard line
Right.
or whatever it may
Bum
be.
ass nigga.
So then I felt like they had momentum, like full steam going into that. But once that happened, you know what I mean. Then the break happened, it fucked them over. I don't feel like I don't really feel as if Philly won the game. I felt like Dallas lost that game. I'm looking at Philly now, and like the same things that I thought last year, even though they won, like you could win and that shit still happens. But the same things that I thought last year is the same problem that they have now. They don't throw the ball. AJ Brown is top 5 receiver in the NFL, but he can't go out with a performance like that on opening night. That's ridiculous. And then Devontae Smith wasn't acclimated enough. Like I understand you have Saquon and Jalen Hurts. That's a good dual threat. You know what I mean? But you have to throw the football. Like that's gonna be something that they definitely have to do like into the season as it progresses. But yeah, man, good way to start the season.
Yeah, just to piggyback off your takes though, two things I seen last night. One, I'll start with the Philadelphia Eagles. They're literally gonna play the same. They're gonna do what works best for them. That's how they won their Super Bowl championship, and they're gonna continue to ride off that momentum though. So uh, I can't knock it, but at the same time though, there's gonna be a team that has the right recipe for that though. And then you just gonna have to see later on in the season though, because you cannot just not throw to a receiver in AJ Brown. Like, feel me? You basically had him out there blocking for Saquon Barkley, even though Will Shipley has some yards too as well. So I'm looking at it like that. Devontae Smith, another receiver that you didn't get acclimated with within the first game of the season, though. I just felt like there was a bunch of blockers out there for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. And then another thing is that with this team though, is more so like they just
Try to
supposed
come.
to
Hold
take
on,
the run.
Seb. Seb, come a little more in the camera. Come to the right. You can see. There you go, bro. Go ahead.
All right, but yeah, so yeah, like I was saying though, it's more so of the same style that they're going to play though, but eventually a team is going to catch on though. So it was a good win. I just wasn't impressed due to the fact that like usually when you win, you have to come out with at least a new flair to your game too, because eventually teams are going to catch on. Saquon Barkley is a monster. Don't get me wrong though. Like, feel me? Like the best running back in the game right now, the best offensive player in the game that we have right now. But at the same time, though, so eventually time he's gonna flare out though. There's points in time where he's getting these receiving touches to where it should be a AJ Brown or something like that though. So I'm looking at it like that. Jalen Hurts, he did his thing out there. He knows how to win. And that's something you can't take away. I think now he's more seasoned. He knows when is the best time to run, when is the best time to pass, or when is the best time to hit Saquon on a run. That's what I took away from the game. He was very patient with the game. He didn't force anything he didn't have to. He didn't pick up no unnecessary throws. And sorry, my fault. Yeah, he didn't rush the game to him. To him, the game came naturally, and that's one thing I took away from that. But for the Cowboys side too, what can I say about the Cowboys? It wasn't a bad performance for them too. I did say that they would cover the 8. I told Faith to raise it up to 10. He said stop being pussy and to take it originally. And then feel me, they did cover though. They came out hot. The Javante Williams kid, he definitely showed why, he's gonna be their running back. Was very fearless, getting into the end zone twice in the first half. Dak Prescott seen that and he did feed him the ball. CeeDee Lamb, it was more so you had a good game, but then you sort of didn't. Like, you feel me? You played okay. I'll put it like that though, because you did rack up a lot of yards. You did have a lot of receptions though, but 4 drops. CeeDee Lamb don't get 4 drops in the game though, and crucial drops too at that point in time too, to where it could change the momentum of the game too. And I'm looking at that. It's just like I doubt that's gonna happen again. Feel me? First game of the season, so I'm not gonna violate too much on him. But he had it going for the most part. Javonte Williams had it going. I just feel like with George Pickens and to what Fabe says, like he's supposed to be like an elite wide receiver too. I'm not gonna fault him though, because I feel like two possessions in the game to where he was supposed to catch a bomb. I feel like it was a pass interference. The first one they called it. The second one in the end zone they didn't call it though. So I'm not gonna go too much on George Pickens though, but eventually when the season goes along, he's gonna get more comfortable too. Like you said, guys like Jay Ferguson, he's gonna do his thing too. Miles Sanders. I could have sworn Miles Sanders is a running back. What the fuck is he doing out here running these routes? I thought Miles Sanders was out the league, bro. Last time I checked, he was in Philly. What was he? He was on the Panthers last year, right?
Yeah, then he went to the Panthers. Then he went to
I thought he was done for.
yeah.
I thought he was done for though. But yeah, but like to both you guys' points too, both defense wasn't really the best. Dallas defense definitely wasn't the best. Like, and
No, we're
it
not. Gonna
might
do
be a
that.
little concerning. Say that one more
We're not
time,
gonna do
Fabe.
that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, bro.
What Dallas
All this
defense?
shit niggas is talking. Oh, they don't got Michael Parsons. Oh, look, they're giving up the. Mind you, last year they gave up the run with the nigga on the field. I felt like they did a reasonable job. You know what I mean? Because Saquon is a beast. You held Saquon to 60 rushing yards, like that. That says something about your defense. I know Jalen Hurts broke out, but you know what I mean. I don't think they really covered for that aspect. But in certain elements of their defense, they covered pretty much what they had to cover. It's just Philly ran away with the game.
I wouldn't say ran away with the game. I
Um,
just think that everything is about timely possessions and that shit. And I just think for the most part, it's just like when it's important to convert on the third down. Dallas didn't have the best looks. Philly didn't play the best either, too. Like, feel me? It's just a game that they know that if we play this way, our way of winning, then we should come out with a victory. They wasn't gonna be like they was gonna punch them or anything. If they was gonna punch them, everybody would have gotten involved. And like how you seen in the Super Bowl, everybody got involved. Everybody had a piece of the pie. That's when they at their best, though. Feel me? You could do a Saquon and Jalen Hurts punch, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. It was a good win for them to open up their ring ceremony opening night. But feel me, if that's the way they're gonna play the whole season, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know though. Because after a while, like a guy like AJ Brown can get frustrated too. Because it's like,
well,
yeah, dude, I'm a top
hold
five
on.
receiver.
Well, a couple of things based off what both of y'all were just saying. Number one, I don't think this is how the Eagles are going to play every game of the entire season going to the playoffs. That's absolutely ridiculous. There's no way that AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, as quickly as the next game, are going to get way more touches and have much better games. I can almost guarantee that. I feel like they were playing the Dallas Cowboys, who I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles respect as a team. So they said we're gonna run the fucking ball. Jalen Hurts is gonna have his way. They don't have Michael Parsons in the middle to try to stop the nigga. And Saquon Barkley's gonna do their thing. They did just enough to win this game. The Dallas Cowboys aren't that fucking good. Like if
My,
you really want to
Michael
be,
Parsons
hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa,
was
whoa, 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 whoa. I let you talk. I didn't say
stopping it
anything.
regardless.
Let me let me talk.
We good. We got it.
The Dallas Cowboys were not going to win this game. Now, I do want to say this just in terms of the Cowboys. Number one, George Pickens. He's giving me that Luka Doncic feel. The feel that he's more focused on going against the referees than his opponents. He's talented, and I seen that just from the game last night. But I feel like I feel he's more focused on is the ref gonna throw the fucking yellow rag on the fucking ground than actually catching the motherfucking ball. All right, that's number one. Number two, I don't know if during the off season did they practice for this scenario. I seen one of the former coaches, he's a part of the media team now talking at halftime. And he said that back when he was playing and back when he coached that they had to practice these, go into the locker room for 30 minutes right during the practice and then try to come back out there and see what can we still do because you got to be prepared for these rain thunderstorm delay games. I really think that took a lot out of this Dallas offense because you see in the first half, CD Lamb was amazing. Dak and CeeDee Lamb seemed like they had that same connection that they had just before the injury. Dak was looking good. Once that happened and they had that turnover, them then which led to the delay, I just think the Cowboys game was just over. Like they just didn't have anything else coming back out of there. Another thing, Dak Prescott looked good coming off the injury, so I want to give him props for that. But in the fourth quarter, I don't know if he did enough to try to really win the game on his own. I seen times when Patrick Mahomes is late in that fourth quarter, he got to make moves with his legs. Right, he has to find a way to try to put the game on his back and get it done. I didn't see that out of Dak Prescott. I want to see him move a little more outside of the pocket and really try to do what Jalen Hurts did in that first half.
It's not
Like I like
happening.
it. Well, we need to try to see that.
he
Like
too he too
because if
old for
not,
that.
and it's just Dak just sitting throwing in the pocket all day. Now you're just leaving it on a CD Lamb, the George Pickens of the world, to try to win these games for you. And I think Dak can just do a little bit more. That's what I want to say about that. Um, like I said, this whole second half wasn't high scoring. It was really just who can get these timely stops and just try to get the ball back and kill clock. It really seemed like. Um, the Cowboys gonna have a long season, and moments matter. I feel like they felt they could have won that game last night. How was
100%.
looking in how they were looking in that first half, both teams, right? But it really was
Yeah,
feeling like as a fan even watching, Dallas could win this game. And I was actually very surprised. And then all the nonsense started happening. So
yeah,
I I think that listen, they have a tough schedule this year. Dallas has one of the toughest schedules this season. Momentum matters, and I want to see how they respond the next game. That's going to be very important because once you start losing, it starts fucking with your mental. Now one loss turn into three losses turn into seven losses turn into you're not in the playoffs. So it was only game one, but this ain't basketball where it's an 82 game season. You only got about 16, 15 more to go, and that's it.
yeah. I want to leave on this final note because your boy got a clock, but uh Dallas just got to stay healthy, bro. Real shit. Offensively, they're gonna. I feel like I said it already. They're gonna have like a Bengals type season if they do stay healthy. I think they have the weapons for that. But like bigger than this, right? George Pickens, bro, you are not on the Steelers anymore, bro. Chill with that, that YN crash out shit. You too old for that shit, bro. Like, you
Fuck
know what I
nigga.
mean? Lock in, and they come to the game every time, shiesty up. Niggas always picking up a penalty, bro. Like, how are you doing this shit on offense, bro? I watched this nigga. He didn't even block a nigga, bro. He just grabbed his helmet and yanked his shit down, bro. I'm like, yo, chill out, bro. You're not in that
You know
environment
what?
anymore, bro.
I won't blame him for this exact game on that. The whole game was chippy. Just from the beginning
From the
to
Yeah,
the
skit,
end,
oh yeah,
the whole game was chippy. I
nigga,
ain't
yeah.
gonna
from
blame
the
Pickens this one
opening
game.
play,
Yeah, it was OD. Yeah,
he's
but
out here
yeah.
spitting on each other.
But if anything, leave on that note, man. He got to contain himself, and try to win. Winning is the main thing, bro. Fuck letting niggas get into your head.
Nah,
You're a
crashing out's the
football
main
player. You
thing.
get paid millions, bro. Take that crash out shit somewhere else. That's not leading to anything for you, bro.
Seb, you haven't crashed out since 2014, nigga. Calm your ass down. You
He
haven't
Yeah,
crashed
crash
Unc,
out,
out
man.
Unc, Unc,
a
Yeah,
long time,
now
nigga.
bring that
nigga, Unc
energy,
not crashing
man.
out. Fuck out of here,
And
nigga.
bring
You
that
a
energy,
Unc.
man. All these old ass niggas, bro. Bring that
You
energy.
a,
Bring
you
that.
one of them niggas.
Bring
Old
bring
ass
that.
nigga.
Bring
Old as
that
shit.
energy. Bring that energy to the team. Dak needs some new life, man. They need some new life on that team, man. It's gonna be him. And I ain't go front. If it wasn't for those two pass interference, and yes, I'm calling it the second one was a pass interference. The nigga literally grabbed his helmet. I'm like, yo, they're not gonna call that again. He would
No,
have
it
had a
wasn't.
game. Yes, it
It
was.
wasn't a pass interference. No, it
Yes.
wasn't.
The
No,
first one
no, it
they called.
wasn't.
Okay,
Excuses.
you can
Yeah,
say
I'm
that.
out of here,
We
boy.
gave you the first one, nigga. Are we playing football, nigga? God
Yes.
damn,
And it's
nigga.
a certain
Catch
way
the
that you.
ball.
Oh,
Catch the ball, nigga.
all right, all right. You know it. I know it though. But he's gonna be explosive. That next game, this was just a field game for George Pickens. That's why I'm not too. That's why I'm not too. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm not gonna violate on George Pickens though. It was all right.
No,
First game.
George Pickens didn't per se play a bad game. It was just a lot of moments to where it seemed like he was playing against the refs more than the Eagles. Like, this is a fact. Like, I don't,
Nah, 100%.
I don't know, right? But overall, good game. Once again, the Eagles won 24-20. They start off the season 1-0, the defending champion. Shout out to them. They put up the banner, all that good shit. But now we move on to our next segment, which leads to our game tonight, Friday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Seb, this is your team, so the floor is yours. What do you have to say?
Oh, shoot. First of all, we're playing in Brazil. So, a little interested to see. But yeah,
Shout out to
tough,
all of our Brazilian fans out there.
a tough task at hand, I'd say, to go against a team that just was in the Super Bowl, team that's out looking for blood, and a team that's relatively healthy to the beginning of season two. It's gonna be a lot to ask for for a first game, but Justin Herbert got to have a outstanding game to start off the season. Literally a outstanding game to start off the season, though. I think Najee Harris is back too as well. He's active. You got Lad McConkey, who's supposed to be taking the next step this year too. He's supposed to be the man of that team as well. And I'm looking at it as who's going to really step up, who's going to be elite on offense too. I'm looking at it. Amari Hampton is actually getting running back one duties too. So I got to see what he could do out there too as well. You got the vet back in Keenan Allen too. So I'm looking at it. This team, feel me, has everything going for them offensively right now. It's just can they convert too? And we know that Kansas City defense is very timely. Like you would think that, feel me, you're going on a good drive, and the next you know that third and down interception. Now you're looking at it in the fourth. Now you got to punt it. Now you're looking at all types of shit. So I want to see how well they match up with them because it's like if you could beat the Chiefs, then I feel like you could get over the hump. With the Chargers, as much as I like to say, as much I fuck with them, the something about the Chiefs that they're kryptonite is like Jordan back in the day when he couldn't get over the Pistons. Like the Chargers can't. I don't know why is it they can't get over the hump with the Chiefs too, and it's because it's Patrick Mahomes is just that dude. For the most part, I agree with that part, but it's just like they just play a way better offensive game than them too. So I'm looking at it. The game's relatively going to be close to me. I think that they're going to stay in it for the most part. Maybe a low scoring game too, because both teams. It's sort of like they have a feel for each other. They know each other a little bit better. Because over the years I've seen it really hasn't been too much blowouts between these matchups. So I'm looking at it as it's going to be a tight game, but can the Chargers, execute down the fourth quarter stretch to actually get a win too? Because I know this Chiefs team is going to come out firing. You know, everybody's back for the most part. Travis Kelce, I feel like is going to have a chip on his shoulder this season, just off the way that he played last season. He played like absolute crap. I know it. You know it. The fans of Kansas City know it. Fucking Taylor Swift knows it, and he knows it himself personally too. So he's gonna want to go out there and just bowl this season too. I think feel me it's coming down to it's about to be the end for him too. I think he's gonna ride off into the sunset without his 3 rings, feel me, and then call it a quits for his NFL career. But I think this season means a lot to him. Then you got Xavier Worthy, who we're looking at as can he be an elite receiver too? And he's shown flashes last year to where I'm one of those guys. He's one of the fastest receivers that we have in this game up there with the Tyreek Hills. So I think he's gonna definitely show out. And one guy that is real hit or miss to me is Isaiah Pacheco. Can he stay healthy enough for a season to be that consistent running back that they need? Because for the most part, last season he was dealing with, I believe, a calf injury or something. He was dealing with some form of an injury too, and it really slowed him down. To where we've seen how he was explosive in year one. Year two hasn't been good. So year three definitely should be a bounce back year for him too, because at points in time though they started relying on Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt was looking at points in time during that season. He looked like he rejuvenated his career. So I'm looking at that. Those are the main offensive pieces I'm looking at for this Chiefs team. Patrick Mahomes too. I just got to see how he plays. Last year was kind of like a little underwhelming year when it came to passing though, but still managed to get the job done. But for the most part, yeah, it should be a good game though. I'm writing out Chargers money line. You heard it here first. Chargers money line. Amari Hampton, anytime touchdown scorer. Justin Herbert, 250 passing yards. Chargers Nation, let's ride.
Well, you already know what I'm gonna say. Well, number one, you're wrong. The Los Angeles Chargers will not win this game tonight. I expect the Chiefs to win. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout or anything of that nature, but I do think that the Chiefs at the end of the day will win this game. I feel like the only way the Chargers can win this game is if they make it not close going into the fourth. If the game is close going into the fourth quarter, you already know what's gonna happen, Seb. That's when the Mahomes magic happens. That's when Andy Reid starts cooking up those secret plays, right? And they just gonna execute. But here is the most important factor for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight, and you said it, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey just got married. Shout out to them. Engaged, whatever the hell you want to call it. Has she been giving this nigga a headache? We all know once you marry a female, that's when you start seeing the true colors. How has Taylor Swift been treating our man Travis Kelsey? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was his last woman not black?
Yeah, she was some fine shit.
Okay, so that means that he was used to that fried chicken, them collard greens, them mashed taters, that macaroni and cheese with that cheese pull once you scoop it up. Is he now eating water crested sandwiches,
He's eating
crackers,
caviar.
and hors d'oeuvres?
That nigga eating caviar.
Snail, nigga.
What's wrong with you?
So
Yo.
I bet. So I already know Taylor Swift ain't cooking with no fucking seasoning and or love. So then she only got one thing left to give, and we all know what that is. So did my man's get some last night? Is my man's mentally focused right now? Cause Travis Kelsey, this is his last season. He don't got much left. But what he does have is experience and the IQ. So I think that he will be prepared for this game tonight. I just like the overall Kansas City Chiefs team better than I do the Los Angeles Chargers. Anyone can win on any given night, right? It's not impossible for the Chargers to win this game. I just got to see it in real time, and I need to become a believer. The Chargers have been just pedestrian the last couple of seasons. It's not like they've been making waves and breaking records and things of that nature. They've been okay. They've been a good regular season team. And then at best, what do? They fight in the wild card game. The
No, we
Los
lose.
Angeles
We get spanked in the
Los,
wild card game every trip. No, we don't get
right. The
spanked.
Los
We blow a lead. We blow a lead.
listen. Football, every yard, every inch, every quarter, every moment really matters, man. It's not as a long season as like I said the NBA with 82 games to where you can really start off damn near 0-20. You might find a way to make the play in. Like right? The NFL, I feel there's less room for error. Um I think it's going to be a very interesting game tonight. I do think Justin Herbert is going to win the show. I am a top five QB in the game today. I feel like when people name top five quarterbacks, you hear the Lamars of the world, the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Burrows. You don't always hear people talk about Justin Herbert. I do think he will play with a chip on his shoulder. But is it going to be enough? He's going to need his offensive weapons to help him. Is the run game going to be there? Is the McConaughey's of the world going to be able to take that next step? What type of new offensive schemes that did this team come up with in the offseason? These are questions that we're all gonna have to see tonight. And we're gonna get our answers. But if I'm rolling with a team who's gonna win the game, I'll say the Chiefs win the game.
FYI, just wait for my sneaky new wide receiver that they drafted, Trey Harris. Be on the lookout for him too. I definitely feel like he's gonna have. Nah, I wouldn't say the most impact. You can like, yo, where this kid come from though? But I've liked what I've seen from training camp. I like what I see from preseason, and overall, I think he could definitely get something. Fuck Quentin Johnson. I'm riding with the Trey Harris kid. Trey Harris, he definitely could give you something out there. I'm not fond of Quentin Johnson. That's why I didn't even mention him. This whole time, you didn't hear me say nothing about Quentin Johnson. I've seen too many times he's dropped the. He'll do CD Lamb, but do the complete opposite with the yards. How much yards CD Lamb had last night? 86. That
Well,
nigga's
yeah.
giving you 22 if you're lucky. Quinn Johnson's might
Well,
Quinn Johnson might be my next Mike Williams.
well, it's a new season. Right. We were surprised by some people last night who made big impacts. We have to see, is there going to be some new players that maybe didn't have a great season last season? Can they step up now? Or like some of these new players that are coming into the league, what type of impact can they make? Right? It's going to be interesting to see tonight. I think it's on what, YouTube TV, right?
I
Am I
think so,
bugging?
yeah.
On some damn streaming think of streaming has taken over the world. Find a way to watch the game, man. Support, man. I think it's gonna be a good one as we do gear up for NFL Sunday, to where we finally have the large slate, to where FanDuel once again is gonna start being happy again. You got niggas doing the 13 leg parlays, anytime touchdown scores and
Let's
all
make
the
some money.
crazy shit.
Let's make some
You
money,
feel me?
baby.
So
Let's make some money,
that
baby. I will be at the Jets game in attendance, nigga. Let's get it. I will be there. Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, is back in town. And oh, he's gonna be a problem. What my son say? I'm gonna be a big problem. A big problem. Let's
well,
go,
like
man. I'm excited to see that game.
Well, like Seb just said, it's going to be a very interesting game right there. And what I wanted to ask was just throughout those, I believe it's what, 13 games or something like that. What is the most highly anticipated game that you're looking forward to?
I didn't even get too far in the schedule, so I could just give you opening night or opening Sunday. And it's going to be the Bills versus the Ravens once again too. I feel like those are just two teams that they always put on good games with each other. You know, you have the two best quarterbacks in today's NFL. Explosive offense on both ends. Josh Allen, just your former MVP of last year, is just somebody who just finds a way to just try to will his team to a win. Lamar Jackson should be coming out hot too. I just think that that game and it's the perfect game too to have on Sunday night. You know, that's Sunday night, the last game, the 8 o'clock game is prime time, man. Them shits is always jumping. You know, that's the best time to watch the NFL game. If you're starting out just watching football and you want to get into it, you always watch the 8 o'clock games on a Sunday. Those are the best prime times. And this opening one is going to be one for the books, though, especially a team that just met each other in the playoffs and literally lost by a possession, too. You know, it's going to be a lot of temperatures rising. You know, each team want to show that, it wasn't a fluke or it was a fluke. Filming, they just want to get their get back. They want to get the season rolling. And, I'm just excited to see that game. But besides that game, too, I want to see Aaron Rodgers return. I think now he has
Yeah.
weapons with the DK Metcalfs of the world, the Pat McFerrin, who am I missing? Was it Jalen Warren? I'm messing up a couple names though, but yeah, I want to see how he does when he turn back to New York. I know definitely the Jets are gonna have a chip on their shoulder, just trying to just make a statement out of him, especially on the defensive end too. They're gonna try to they're gonna go for Aaron Rodgers next. I really think so too. I think that, it's going to be a very competitive game too. Justin Fields, somebody who felt like the team had the Steelers gave up on him too quick too, especially for somebody that put them in a good position in the beginning of last year before Russell Wilson returned. I felt like, he was done a little bit wrong too, so he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. It's gonna be a chippy game. Let's put it like that. It's gonna be a chippy game too, so I'm definitely glad I'm gonna be in the building for that one.
Right. You already took the game that I was going to say. I am anticipating the Jets and Steelers game due to the fact that I am a Jets fan and I was an Aaron Rodgers fan. So last season I was going through a lot of ups and downs, trying to watch Aaron Rodgers save the New York Jets, and he was just not able to do that. Seeing everything that happened in the off season, to where was he gonna stay? Was he going to go? What, or was he going to retire? Right, I feel like he was like the last domino effect in free agency, just holding everything up. Nobody exactly knew what he was going to do. Some people thought he was really going to follow in Brett Favre's shoes and then just go from the Jets to the Vikings after being on Green Bay. But decides to go to the Steelers. I thought that was the best decision. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. I think arguably one of the best coaches in the NFL today. I think he can take any type of talent and just make magic out of it. Um, I think Aaron Rodgers, sort of like you said, he's going to come into New York with a chip on his shoulder because he feels like. Well, first, let me say this: no disrespect whatsoever. I have the same thing, and I feel like everybody has a little bit in them. Aaron Rodgers is a little bit delusional. So I feel like he's going to go into this situation thinking like, well, New York did me wrong and they gave up on me and this, that, and the third, which is not really the case. It was a mutual turmoil to the end of that relationship. But I feel like he's gonna feel the need to make a statement that I'm better off. Basically, just like a relationship, right? If you see your ex, if you have a new girl with you, you want your new girl to look better than the ex. So that's what he's coming into this situation with. It's gonna be a very physical, testy game. Sort of like the game we seen last night with the Cowboys and the Eagles. I think the Jets, all those young dudes over there. We heard the reports before that a lot of them wasn't really feeling Aaron Rodgers in the locker room last season. He's now gone. Um, I think they're looking for that one big hit,
Yep.
right? The one that
Yep.
that
Put him on
may
his
just try
ass.
to end it. Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers, I hope that the Steelers know to protect him. This is going to be a very fiery game. A lot of emotions is going to be there. Because it's also on the other side, Justin Fields facing his old team. I
Yeah.
already know that young dude mindset, feeling like this team gave up on me and I was doing well, starting off 5-2. Then Russell Wilson comes back and now they just bench me and then they don't even try to resign. So we don't know what happened behind the scenes, but he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder as well. I want to see how those young pieces on the Jets do they reset more to Justin Fields, right? To Justin Fields now. We talk about the Garrett Wilsons of the world. We talk about the Brees Halls of the world, right? How are they going to feel now just playing alongside a much younger QB, right? They also have a new coach, right? Very defensive oriented. He's saying that this was the best time he's ever had just being a coach. So I want to see just the vibes and the environment just with the Jets. Interesting to see how Mike Tomlin has tried to not put a leash on Aaron Rodgers, but get him as focused as possible in possibly his last season. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a great game. 1 o'clock.
I want to see
Yeah, I'm
the
just
another thing I was looking at too. I want to see how well that the duo between Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf should work too. I think that's one thing that's an understatement of this team too. Is are they gonna have that explosive 1-2 punch, sort of like what Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers had too? How is that gonna mesh too as well? That's something I'm interested in seeing.
yeah, very interesting also because we've seen what DJ Metcalf said before Aaron Rodgers was even signed. So now that he is there, I want to see how that relationship definitely works out. Definitely made a great point. Like I said, Chargers, Chiefs tonight. NFL Sunday coming up in about a day and a
Let's
half.
go Chargers, baby!
The last
Justin
thing
Herbert,
I
your
wanted
fucking
to,
MVP. Sorry,
yeah,
I get a little ahead
you
of myself.
started, yeah, you
Yeah,
started
my
tweaking
fault.
out.
My
But
fault. My fault.
just last topic right here. This was something very interesting I had seen. I also for all the fantasy right players out there, right, who drafted Christian McCaffrey. Season hasn't even started yet, and already a calf injury. So I'm very interested to see how does he perform game one. Is this now going to be a lingering injury? And is Christian McCaffrey ever going to get back to the same form that he was? We all know, especially in the NFL, these lower body injuries, leg injuries, it's not just going to get better now that when niggas start trying to beat the shit out of him, I don't think his leg is just going to feel better. So, I seen that. I wanted to definitely hear what you have to say. And just should the 49ers be worried about this early injury? And they haven't even played a game yet.
Fuck the 49ers. I should be worried. I drafted him first pick, bro. My first pick, I drafted Christian McCaffrey. I drank the Christian McCaffrey Kool-Aid, bro. Ah, I'm on my phone yesterday. I get a notification from Sleeper. They say Christian McCaffrey status changed from healthy to questionable, bro. It's not even the worst part, bro. It's not even the fucking worst part. The worst part is my second running back I drafted, the nigga Brian Robinson, bro. The nigga went to the fucking 49ers too as well, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I fell for the Christian McCaffrey stock. I said, yo, maybe if he could play healthy, I seen Christian McCaffrey. That man's a Ferrari. Well, guess what? The Ferrari's breaking down, man. The Ferrari's breaking down. The engine has problems. The transmission. Oh my gosh, man. The brake fluids need changing, bro. Oh my god. The alternator, bro. The fucking engine is starting to smoke, bro. Fuck. Oh my gosh, bro. I fell for it, bro. I'm reading the reports in the beginning of the season. Oh, he's starting to look like that 2023 Offensive Player of the Year again. You see the reports like, yeah, he was projected to give me 20 fantasy points. I'm not getting nothing, bro. They're not going to play him, bro. They're not going to play him, bro. Oh my gosh, though. Fuck, bro. Because when Christian McCaffrey's healthy, bro, he's one of them dudes. He's not, if not, the most explosive, fastest running back too. He damn near plays like a Saquon. He's just white. He was Saquon before Saquon, bro. He literally ran that team into the fucking into into the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, where they literally lost by possession. And I held on to that. I held on to nostalgia because I'm like, yo, I know what Christian McCaffrey could do. Nobody's gonna pick him up. And then this shit happens, though. And you know one thing about those injuries, too. And this is nothing new with Christian McCaffrey. He's always had injuries throughout his career, too. Even when he was on the Panthers, too. Never really was healthy, but when on the floor and available, you could tell he's one of the best players out there on that field. So this is nothing new. I played myself. What DJ Khaled said, congratulations, you played yourself. I absolutely fucking did. Because why would I do that? Knowing the man's injury history, knowing what he went through last year, I did it, bro. I did it, bro. So the fact that you brought that up, you was dead ass about to see a grown man cry.
Listen, man, a wise man once told me the one thing about the old days, they the old days, man.
Old day.
You can't just you can't just be making these 2025 decisions based off 2023, brother. Like, I don't know about that one, but listen, it's not like it's saying get a season. Yeah, this guy is retarded, but it's not like he has a season ending.
Really? Congratulations, you played yourself.
Played myself, bro. My fault. I had to get that off.
Okay. No, I definitely can understand the frustration, but like I was just trying to say, I didn't see nothing that said a season-ending injury. So let's just see. We haven't seen the status for really game one yet. Like you said, it's just questionable, right? People's just asking questions. Yeah, the 49ers, that's just a big piece. Have you definitely seen how much they needed him based off last season? Because Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. He ain't no Patrick Mahomes. He ain't a Lamar Jackson. He ain't a Josh Allen. He ain't just gonna win your games just by himself. Had he did it in the past, not saying he hasn't, but I'm saying that on that championship level, he's not that do it all for you quarterback. So I feel like them missing Christian McCaffrey last year really hurt them, and I don't think they really had a shot. It was looking like this could have been a sleeper team just going into this season based off not a lot of people talking too much about them. Um, but yeah, if he's not 100%, I just don't know.
No, you're fucked.
Could they, could they still try to make a playoff push without him? We seen that last season. It's gonna take a lot from Brock Purdy and that defense and
I mean,
everyone else on the
who they got
roster.
now?
They also gave away Debo Samuel, so they don't have him anymore.
Brandon Ayuk is out with injury. I don't know. He's not coming back. The only thing they really have left is George Kittle, the Ricky Parcel kid, who should be projected to be, a elite receiver for them too. I wouldn't say elite, a good receiver for them too as well. Jawan Jennings re-signed.
No, I like Jennings. I like Kittle. Is that just gonna be enough? Like I'm not sure.
Brian Robinson got to show
last
why.
season.
Brian Robinson, he got to show. Brian Robinson, and I'm not hoping for this. If Christian McCaffrey's not able to play for portions of the season, because at the end of the day, you really want to be. This is a man's like health we're talking about too. Like regardless, sports is sports though. But when we talk about like calf injuries and stuff like that, we know that's a legit comparison, or it correlates to an Achilles tear if you're not careful with it. And we've seen it time and time again in basketball too. A player might say, "Oh, they have like a calf strain," and then next, they come back too quick from the calf strain, they end up tearing their Achilles. It's just feel me something that you want to be. I see why it's questionable too, and you don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, it's just like Brian Robinson knows he got to step up now too. If that's the case too, Christian McCaffrey might not get as much running touches as he would like though, but you have to be more on the safe side of things too. Because feel me, it's only week 1 too. If I tell you go 100 miles and go 100 miles or go fucking 150 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds, you're bound to crash. So it's a precaution game with the 49ers. They're in a position now to where nobody has expectation for them. More so a wild card, I guess. Like, feel me? That's what has been reduced to now. Now that you don't have that offensive juggernaut team that you once had when you had the Super Bowl run too. So it's gonna be tough for them. It's gonna be tough for them though. But overall, though, they still have the vet and George Kittles. They still got Jawan Jennings though, so they gonna try to make some noise though. I ain't gonna say they're gonna be the best though, but they're gonna try to do something.
Yeah, shout out to them. Hopefully, Christian McCaffrey can get back to 100% health and back to that Christian McCaffrey that we seen a couple years ago. But once again, great game last night between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Once again, the Eagles won 24-20, starting off the season 1-0. Tonight, Chiefs, Chargers, YouTube, 8 o'clock. Tune in, and then we all know football Sunday. We are about a day away, where it's gonna be a lot of beers, can drinking, and yelling at the TV, and all the Ravens fans and Bills fans gonna be going crazy. But shout out to everybody for watching, tuning in. Um, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Follow at It's Debatable double underscore on all social media platforms. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments. Um, and just be on the lookout, man.
Yeah.